Today's demo session on SAP S4 HANA extended warehouse management. Okay, so in this today's session, I will be briefly explaining about SAP EWM, considering both decentralized EWM as well as embedded EWM. So let's start our today's session. So as we know that extended warehouse management module is now one of the leading warehouse management system. Like in the market, there are other warehouse management systems like SAP WM and now SAP EWM, and then from other competitors like Manhattan and Redberry. So these are also warehouse management systems which are used in the market. However, now the EWM, extended warehouse management, is now one of the leading warehouse management software. Okay, so here in this training, first we will be covering the most of the aspects, which includes first we will try to understand what is SAP, and then SAP system architecture. After understanding this one, we will see technical aspects related to EWM, like EWM deployment options. For example, here, if you look at the syllabus here, I have clearly mentioned topics which we are going to cover in the basics, like introduction to SAP S4HANA EWM, and then especially the people who are new to SAP, the first 3 topics are very useful. Even the yes, first 4 topics are very useful, right? So here we will be starting with introduction to SAP S4HANA, then user interfaces. When it comes to user interfaces, in ECC, only graphical user interface was available. However, in S4HANA, additional user interface, that is Fiori app, is also available. So in our training, as and when required, we will be using both interfaces during our training. When it comes to GUI, all transactions and configurations are carried out in a GUI, and as far as a Fiori app is concerned, transactions are carried out in the Fiori app. So after understanding the user interfaces, discussing in detail, then some other technical aspects related to SAP, which include system architecture. Here we have technical architecture and landscape architecture. So here you can see this is the here we have technical architecture and the landscape architecture. After launching R3 in 1979, they have been still continuing the 3-tier architecture in ECC, in S4HANA. The same architecture is used, where we have presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. And based on the business requirement, companies, they go with a different landscape. Like you can see here, it is a 3-system landscape, where one system is for development, another for testing or quality, and the third one is for production. If the companies are, they can, like medium-sized companies, they can go with 2-system landscape. Big-sized companies can go with 4-system landscape. So they will be using, based on the number of systems, that is called as 2-system landscape, 3-system landscape, or 4-system landscape. Okay. After understanding the technical aspects, we will be the technical aspects in general related to SAP. When it comes to the technical aspects related to EWM, we will try to understand different deployment options related to EWM. Like here, you can see EWM can be used as decentralized EWM and embedded EWM. So before launching SAP S4HANA 1610, the decentralized option was used. Like you can see here, SAP ERP is connected with SAP SCM, and because in SCM EWM module is available. So here two different systems are there. So one is ERP system, another one is SCM system, and in SCM system, EWM, transport management, event management modules are there. In ERP system, here in this case, I'm showing this is ECC example. So here all other logistics module like MM, SD, and all, and even accounts module are there. So here, if this is the again, it depends on the industry to industry. For example, the companies whose warehouse operation is 24/7, such companies, they go with decentralized EWM. And companies which doesn't have 24/7 operations, they normally go with embedded one. So that we will be discussing. So after launching SAP S/4HANA, embedded was possible. And again here we have decentralized EWM with ECC, a decentralized EWM with S/4HANA, and embedded EWM. So these different deployment options are available. So based on the business requirement, and again, it varies from industry to industry, they select, and we as EWM consultant propose best deployment option to the companies, right? So after technical discussion, of course, we will start with functional aspects. So here, first we need to understand what is enterprise structure, right? So because every organization has its own enterprise structure, so that organizational structure is created, that enterprise structure is created in SAP. Okay, so let me show you one example of that one to have good understanding of this one. Just give me a minute. So here you can see, right? Yeah, if we take this example, right? So let's assume this is one company. Instead of IDES, let's say this is Amazon. Okay, so Amazon has presence in Europe, in North America, in Asia, and different continents. Again, in different continents, they have presence in different countries. So business in each country, because as the country changes, currency changes, tax structure changes, and the company has to register in the country as well. So meaning entirely a different entity. So every entity based on every entity based on the country, based on the nature of business and all, that business entity is represented as company code in SAP. Okay, and then other structures are created, because here in industries we have this kind of enterprise structure. So same thing we create in SAP, and here we have different terminology. Like here we say in industries we have sales department, procurement department, like, and in those departments we have different designations. Similarly, under logistics, warehouse management and transport management comes. So here in industries we have different terms, but when it comes to SAP, when we are creating them in SAP, we have different organizational units like sales organization, purchasing organization. And when it comes to, for example, from manufacturing industry point of view, the manufacturing facilities or the production facilities are represented as plant in SAP. Or from retail or distribution industry point of view, the distribution centers are represented as plant. So you see slight changes in terminology in industry in SAP. And the places within the manufacturing facility where products or materials are stored, like raw materials, semi-finished finished product, whatever. So there is a place within that, and that is called as storage location in SAP. So this enterprise structure we will try to understand, and in order to execute EWM related transactions, to use it, or to do the relevant configurations and all, so all required organizational units will be defined as per the requirement. Once we define them, then and then we will assign them as per the requirement. For example, like from point of view, here you see this is the organizational structure, and this one is the SD organizational structure, and this one is FIC organizational structure. So now it is part of enterprise structure when we define organizational structures of each module, and when we assign them, it becomes the enterprise structure. So this understanding we will try to have, and then after this one, after defining, because in order to use EWM module, we required organizational units like company code, plant, all the organizational units of all the organizational of SD, and one company code. So these we require. So after defining and assigning them, as we can see here in our syllabus, that we will be discussing in our first two topics. In our first two topics, here, after discussing enterprise structure, then organizational structure, SD organizational structure, and then some logistics execution, then we will be starting with the warehouse management. Right. So because without these organizational structures, we cannot use EWM. So that is the reason why these are also discussed. Then we will be, discussing in detail about EWM from topic number 7. Here we will try to understand the warehouse management, how the warehouse is managed, of different warehouse activities. Because if we know how the warehouse operations are carried out, how the people work, then we can easily understand the transactions, we can easily understand their business requirement, and then we can accordingly map SAP to the business requirement. So from that point of view, some domain knowledge is shared in this topic, right? And here we will be discussing about what is local WM, lean WM, centralized EWM, decentralized. When it comes to decentralized, so here we have decentralized EWM with ECC, and decentralized EWM with S4HANA, and embedded EWM in S4HANA. All right. So after basic understanding, then we will start with EWM organizational structure. So once plant storage locations are ready from side, you can see this is the EWM organizational structure. As we know, in SAP, for every module, there is an organizational structure. Right. So without organizational structure, without setting up these organizational units, we cannot use those modules. So here, if you look at EWM organizational structure, here we can see that plant storage location combination is linked with ERP warehouse, and this ERP warehouse is linked with EWM warehouse. Okay, so there is a integration here. We can see the integration touch point between ERP and EWM system, as well as and EWM system. Here in EWM, we have organizational structures. The highest organizational unit is EWM warehouse, and then so the whole warehouse. So if you look at the whole warehouse, you see here the whole warehouse is divided into different areas, right? So, and those areas are called as storage type in SAP. Okay, so here that is the reason why you see the storage type, storage type, storage type. So the whole area is divided into a storage type, and to those storage types, based on for what purpose those areas are created, roles are assigned to them. For example, here in SAP, we have different roles, like a standard storage type role. So here, this role is assigned to those storage, the areas within the warehouse where the materials are actually stored. So just for your information, in all the modules like in MMSD, FICO and all, we call it as material master record or material. But in EWM, the same thing is called as product. So here, the place within the warehouse where the products are physically stored, okay, because first the whole warehouse is divided into the different areas, and those areas are called as storage type. And for and depending on the purpose and or the activities which are carried out, to such areas the roles are assigned. For example, like a standard storage type, meaning this role is assigned to those areas within the warehouse where the products are actually stored. And then you see some other roles like a staging area group. So you can see here, during the inbound, when we are receiving the product after unloading the truck, the products are kept here temporarily for some time before they are moved to their final destination bin, right? So such places, so here similarly in outbound, before loading onto the truck, the products are kept here temporarily. So such areas which are nothing but storage types, to such areas the roles like a staging area group are assigned. Similarly, work center, meaning here some places where the warehouse activities like deconsolidation, packing, quality inspection are carried out. To such storage types, the role work center is assigned. And similarly, doors and yard. As you can see here, this we see some doors from where the trucks are unloaded, and here also we see the truck through which the doors will be loaded. So these are also area within the warehouse, and they are the storage type. To such storage types, doors are assigned. So similarly, yard and other. So like this, the whole warehouse is divided into different areas. So here we have storage type, storage section, storage bin, activity area, and all the organizational units, right? So if we try to understand the integration between different EWM with different departments, how the product flows. So here it's EWM or warehouse management is all about receiving the goods, then managing the inventory, storage, and delivering to the goods. So in a nutshell, we can say like this. So for example, like in different modules, we have procure to pay cycle in MM, we have cash order to cash cycle we have in SD, right? So if you look at this one, so let's assume we are working for a manufacturing company, right? So I'm going to do some execution here as well. So here, if you see, let me show you the system just to elaborate on these deployment option. So you see here now, this is my decentralized system. I'm going to connect it again. Okay, so this is my decentralized EWM system, and here we have ECC and EWM. All right, so two different systems. One is ECC system and another one is actually SCM system. In SCM we have EWM. So if I click here, this is ECC 6.0 EHP8, and you don't find EWM as part of it. Okay, so you don't see EWM here under logistics, but you see other rest of the modules. So if the company which is using ECC, if they would like to use EWM, then for them this decentralized deployment option is available. Now here in SCM we have EWM. So this is another system that is which is SCM system. So let me log in this SCM system here. All right. So this is SCM system, and in SCM system we have transport management, EWM management, event management, and all. Right. Two different systems. This is ERP system, and this one is EWM system. So this deployment option is called as the decentralized EWM with ECC. So here is decentralized one. Okay. Similarly, after launching SAP S/4HANA, it is possible to have one separate S/4HANA system and one separate SCM system. So in that case, it is called as decentralized EWM with S/4HANA. And the third option we have is embedded EWM. So after launching SAP S/4HANA 1610, SAP has incorporated some of the SCM modules like EWM and transport management in S/4HANA 1610 onwards. So how it looks like, I'm going to show you in S/4HANA, and that is as a embedded module, not the integral module. Like here we have ST, FICO, they are integral module, but these and transport management, which are included in S/4HANA 1610 release onwards, that is the embedded one. So I'm going to show you that embedded one as well. So here through remote desktop we will access. So because here in this training I'm covering both cases, this one. Embedded EWM as well as decentralized EWM. So that because we as EWM consultant, we need to work on different projects. So our client may be going with decentralized EWM or embedded EWM. So that is the reason why here in this training we will be discussing in detail about both deployment options. So here, if you look at the embedded one, so in embedded one, so here in SAP S/4HANA 2020, we will be using the embedded one. So here it is. Right. So here you see in embedded one, EWM is included as, so here in SAP S/4HANA, it is included as embedded module, that is EWM and transport management, right? So here it is the EWM which is included here. Okay, so this is about the deployment option, then organizational structure overview. All right, so here I was explaining, I was giving the overview of EWM. So what happened if we take the manufacturing industry point of view? And here also another, we will be taking as a for demonstration purpose, we will be considering the warehouse layout of a retail or trading industry, as well as the warehouse layout of manufacturing industry. Okay, manufacturing industry. So here, because based on the industry to industry, the layout also varies. So, we will be considering different layouts for our better understanding. So we will take these layouts, right? So what happened now, if we consider manufacturing industry here, you see based on the sales requirement, the production department makes the finished product. So in order to make the finished product, they required raw components and raw materials. So the production department issues purchase requisition, then the purchase order, the procurement department process that purchase requisition and creates purchase order. As per the purchase order, vendor delivers the raw materials and components. So those raw materials and components are received in the warehouse. So you can see here, here all the inventory management is done here, which starts from receiving the goods till good issue. So here raw materials and components are received, and then as soon as we receive, as per the production department, they will take these raw materials and components, they produce it, and then after producing, again they will the finished product are stored in the warehouse, and from here they are delivered to the customer. So you see here, these are the integration points, how the EWM is involved in different processes, okay, different business processes. So here we have the whole business, the processes are divided into three main types. One is inbound processing, second one is storage and operations, and the third one is outbound processing. And here in our training, we will discuss how the product flows within the warehouse in inbound as well as in outbound, and storage and operations. Okay, and here of course we have all the master data related to EWM, right, and ERP and EWM integration, right? So the data transfer between ERP and EWM, right? So what is the difference if we based on the deployment option? So after launching SAP S/4HANA, whenever you come across the term ERP, so meaning here now we have two ERP business suite. One is ECC, another one is S/4HANA. So whenever you come across this ERP, so here you can take as ECC or S/4HANA. Okay. So if it is decentralized SAP ERP decentralized EWM with EWM, and S/4HANA decentralized with EWM, so different takes. And then again, when we are doing the inbound delivery in decentralized as well as in embedded, what is the difference? Similarly, when we are doing the outbound, then in decentralized and embedded, what is the difference? So practical aspects and the configurations we will do. In the storage and operations, we will be discussing about replenishment, rearrangement, and other things. And of course, we will try to understand the inventory management, effects of good receipt posting and good issue, how the information or data flowing between these two systems. All that we will try to understand. First, we try to understand the concept, logic, and then how the transactions are executed. And then in order to make warehouse operations, to improve the efficiency of warehouse operations and to bring the automation, we as EWM consultant, what configurations we need to do, the customization, all are will be discussed in detail. Okay. Which includes, we will be doing simple inbound process, complex inbound process, similarly complex, simple outbound, complex outbound, using different environments like GUI we will be processing using, RF device we will be processing using, Fury app we will be processing, and different transactions. So this is brief about the EWM training, which I wanted to discuss in today's session. And after every session, you will receive the video recordings, and we have our own customized EWM book for our candidates, right? So in this book, you will find this type of documents, the comprehensive documents for related to each topic, subtopic, okay, which includes the theoretical part, customization, configuration, and all. For example, with all these details, for example, let me show you one another, like what is a storage bin, how the storage bin is created manually, automatically, different elements related to it, right? Along with the complete what are the transactions which are carried out, what are the transactions which are carried out related to storage bin, right? The configurations which we need to do related to storage bin, the database tables and all. The technical aspects, transactional aspects, configuration aspects, and the concept all will be discussed during the session. So I will be referring these documents, so you don't need to make any notes during the session, because right after the session you will be receiving these notes, or our customized book. In that book you will find all those things, right? So this is what I wanted to discuss in today's demo session. So as I said, we will be using two different deployment options. One is decentralized with ECC, and embedded in S/4HANA. So with all those things, right? Any question?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So at what point of time in the whole course that we start the configuration, doing configuration in the
Of course, because
main server?
yeah, of course, because as soon as after the understanding the basics of SAP, like the user interfaces, first we will start using these user interfaces, right? And then from as soon as we start this topic, enterprise structure configuration starts, because here we need to define company code, right? And then here in organizational structure. So from topic number 3, configuration starts.
And what about, like, for example, if I have to, I know the business process verbally, or I wrote somewhere on a flow chart, for example, or in Excel.
Right.
So what I need to know, or what I need to, can I expect like learning customization also in this course? Because
yes, of course. Because this is all about EWM consultant training. Okay. So as a consultant, we should know how the warehouse works, and how the warehouse people carry out transactions, and and after the business, after understanding the business requirement, how we should be configuring it. So that and with the help of the flow chart and all that, we will be explaining. For example, like in case of inbound, how the inbound process starts. So in order to do the inbound process, first we require purchase order, and then inbound delivery. So this inbound delivery, which is created with reference to the purchase order, this inbound delivery can be created manually or automatically. How it is created manually and automatically, and once it is created, it is distributed to EWM. And when it is distributed to EWM, in case of decentralized, what is the difference? In case of embedded, what is the difference? Then how it is processed, right? All that with the help of infographics, charts, and tables. We try to first we understand the business flow, business processes, and then we execute the transactions. We execute transactions as well as we do the configurations.
Okay, and when, like, coming to the practice point of the thing, because the only, honestly, I'm telling, like, to see the videos, we have like so many videos in YouTube or everywhere. The only only benefit of fact which we actually get from a trainer is like for me, like example, I'll definitely try to practice on the EWM server, even in this class or the after the class. So if I'm getting a doubt, or you can train the people on how to customize on our service. I mean,
yes,
to practice
of course,
because
yes, of course, because I'm going to access these two servers, and I will also provide you access to these decentralized as well as embedded. Okay, this is first thing. And I'm going to create one WhatsApp group for the batch, so that we can communicate related to training. You can post your inquiries or whatever challenges we are facing, and then in a systematic way, first I will explain, and in case if you are facing some challenges, then during the session itself I will explain those things. This is hands-on training for the EWM consultant.
Okay.
So for a
Okay.
consultant, whatever is required, all that is covered.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because first we need to understand the business requirement. In order to understand the business requirement, we should know how business processes. Right.
Yeah.
If we know the business processes, we can understand the business requirement, and then we can do the configuration. So that is the reason why you see in all our documents, first we explain about the business processes, and then the transactions related to it, and then the configurations related to it, and all the database tables related to it in a systematic way.
Okay, and what are the industries covered, sir? In this?
So I will be taking the retail industry example and the manufacturing industry example. And if there is any requirement, we will consider other industries as well.
Okay.
So accordingly, you see here, I will be referring to different layouts for retail as well as for this one. Okay, and in case if you have your own layout, we have because somebody make in this batch, because in some time we have some other people who already working as WM consultant. Now they would like to learn EWM, so they also share their experience, their layout. So we will also discuss those things. So this is all about, this is interactive sessions for consultants.
And sir, last one more question. So the point is, like, most of the companies, as you are mentioning now, they are in a migration phase.
Yes.
From VM to EWM.
Yes.
So you will be giving like that as well. But that means, like, for example, if I'm working as a junior EWM consultant, so my client is there in a migration from WM to EWM. So will you at least include that, like how to the master data will be migrated from VM to EWM?
Yes. Yes, that of course, that will be discussed.
Okay.
Of course, that will be discussed, because we have designed our training as per SAP certification and job market. So from that point of view, the topics are covered. Right. This is a purely hands-on. Purely hands-on with with detailed discussion of each concept. Because, for example, like in complex inbound or the complex outbound, we should do the storage bin sorting. Why the storage bin sorting should be carried out? So that understanding we should have. Simply doing the storage bin sorting will not help. If we understand the significance of it, then things will be easy. All right, so that for all those things are explained here, right? So in order to create storage bins automatically or in bulk, how the storage bin template or the structure is defined, right? How to understand the business requirement for it, right? All right, so all that with the help of infographics, with the help of images and the text, we will try to first understand, and then do the transactions and configuration. This is how all the topics, subtopics and objects related to EWM will be discussed. Right. Any other question? Right. So I think you people have received this syllabus copy, right? So please refer this syllabus copy. You will get more clear idea about what are the topics which are being covered and the duration, right? So it's a 60 hours training, which I'm going to cover in 35 sessions, each session of 1.5 to 2 hours. Okay. And as I said, we will be providing SAP Press books from SAP. We have our own customized book, that one, as well as for to have good domain knowledge related to warehouse management, supply chain management book we will be providing. After every sessions, you will get the recordings of the session, right? And is our training is on, this is theory and hands-on. We are doing different business scenarios, industries, and the training is on embedded EWM and decentralized EWM, and you will get access to this once. Right. So any question before we conclude today's demo session? So you can ask later on as well, no issues. But this is what I wanted to discuss in this demo session. But as I said, this is all about theory and hands-on from EWM consultant point of view. So even if somebody he is new to SAP, after attending this one, he or she can express as 2+ year EWM consultant. So that much of knowledge will be shared during the training. So let's conclude this demo session here. So thank you very much for attending it. Look forward to see you in the next sessions. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.